Yo, we are funny as hell, bro.
Oh yeah?
That shit would be lit. I think we'll get a lot of views. We'll get a lot of views.
I can't use swear words though because like my church watches it.
No, we're not cursing on your shit.
So
on your stuff. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I can cut them out sometimes.
She was sweaty.
It's just like if you make a really great comment and then there's a swear word, it could kind of ruin it because I'll try to cut the swear word out.
You're not married?
Nope.
You got a boyfriend?
No, not even that. No.
I
have a really great cat. Oh, thank you. I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
It just didn't happen. It just didn't.
Have standards.
Yeah, I try to. I try. Honestly, I try to follow the Bible as closely as possible.
You know what's crazy?
Let's hear something crazy. Yeah.
I used to be a very bad person. I try to be a very good person.
You're
bad
still
shit still happens.
Shut up.
Oh, seriously, I'm dead serious.
Now, you're the one person that doesn't need to talk to her.
You know,
No,
alright,
no,
whole honesty,
no.
what?
I used to be a church boy.
I used to be.
So many people say that.
No. Let me explain this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I was in church with my mother. I went every fucking week. Every week. Something happened.
You can't curse a lot, bro.
Alright, well, look, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the fuck is gonna judge me for what I speak, and that's what it is. But I used to go to church every week with my mom. Somebody called my mom a bitch in church. Young kid. I was young. I fought the kid. I punched him in his face. I broke his face, and I started beating him up. Then I kicked out of church. It was like, alright, Friday nights is like get the kids off the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this kid came in there talking shit, and I was like, alright, cool. And I punched him in his face, and I beat the shit out of him, and then they kicked me out of church. Like, it was like 2 weeks later, me and my mom were back. My mom was embarrassed.
I'm gonna
And be like, well, you know, my son did something bad, blah, 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 blah. And the preacher's gonna be like, listen, the preacher's gonna say, well, I didn't want to kick him out of church, but he did something I don't believe in, and he should have talked about it.
should have talked about it. Okay.
I said, well, I'm sorry if I'm not perfect. Obviously, if I was perfect, there would be no need for a God.
Right.
And somebody called my mom a bitch and a C word.
Spit it,
so what did I do? I
Spit
protected my mother.
that
He called her name, grabbed her wrist, and I punched him in the face. I think that's pretty fucking fair.
All right. Did you talk to anybody about it afterwards?
After a week after or 2 weeks after, we went back. He said I was welcome to come back to the church.
Okay.
But I felt like I was disrespected by kicking me out the church for something I was taught. How you gonna tell me, all right, in the Bible, right? I swear to God, I know so much, you're gonna be stuck on stupid. In the Bible, all you hear about is wars. So all you hear in the Bible, right? If you read the Bible, the Quran, the fucking Torah, anything you read, right? All you hear is this bloodthirsty shit about God, right? All you hear is about God punishing people for their sins. All you do, that's all the Bible's about, honestly. Besides, like, you know, like certain stories like Jacob and all that shit.
Wait. How much of the Bible have you read?
Oh, I read the whole Bible about 5 times, and most of it's about wars. The Old Testament and the New Testament.
No, I'm gonna say it's about love.
Okay,
Bible.
that's
It's all about love.
Yeah,
it's
she
all
knows
about
it.
love. Okay, so we can speak
all
on it.
about love.
Hold on, I will quote the New Testament and Old Testament.
Okay.
So what part? What do you feel like it's more about?
It's more about the New Testament.
All right, it's about New Testament.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
But we're supposed to also go by the Old Testament. Right? Hold on, I'm asking her.
It's
that
great.
right?
It's
I can
grace
ask you,
now.
baby,
It's
later.
grace now. The old law, it's done away because of grace.
Okay.
Law was to bring you to grace, to show you your need for
Done
grace.
away because of
Okay.
grace.
So it's still there.
That's interesting. I never looked at it like that.
Yeah, that's why it's the New Testament.
That
It's not to
confuses
say it is a little bit confusing, but you understand it when you get into it.
Alright, I read the thing for 38 months. Alright? I was the fucking jab. 38 months for something I didn't do, right? And the crazy part is, you're saying it's all about love, it's all about grace, right?
God is
okay,
love.
the New
You're
Testament.
You're
Oh
guided
my
to
God,
that direction.
Here we go.
Let
Can
him
you let me
talk.
finish?
No,
Right,
it's all good. It's all good.
Alright, so God's about love and peace, right? Old Testament, he's not like that. New Testament, all of a sudden, they speak up for God and say he's like that.
Let me say something right now.
I went to churches that told me.
Let us speak.
I went to churches that told me. And they don't agree with certain things in the Testament. But what I say is about the Old Testament and New Testament, it's all about perception. Whatever you get from it, I feel like...
No, there's something God wants you to get from it.
I understand that 100 fucking percent. But whatever you
I can't get all these swear words out of the video. Sorry, everyone who's watching. I'll try.
I'm sorry. But whatever you get from
it, you're gonna have to edit a little bit, probably.
I feel like at the end of the day, like that's what you decide to think about. What you understand, you read.
Well, what does God want you to get from it? That's the bottom line.
Okay.
Does He want you to think? Does He want you to think?
You know what's my biggest problem with it? No, hold on. I'm about to kill this shit right now. You know what the biggest problem I feel like about the Bible is?
What?
How do you go from God? All right. Can we all agree that God understands every thought in our head, every fucking process in our heart?
I'll go with that.
Yeah, I believe in that because He built the fucking earth and everything. That I feel like He should know everything about everybody. Right?
Try not to swear because I can't take those swear words
out. I'm sorry. I'm about to kill it right now.
I have a really
I'm about to do Bible preaching right now.
No cursing.
God said, right?
Please,
not exact
swear words.
God said, not in exact words. So excuse me if I mispronounce.
I actually wish this ride was longer.
But God said, if more or less, which you probably know, but like I said, I'm not sure about the words or whatever. But the story I got from it was God more or less said, if I dress the plants and I feed them every day,
yes,
and I make like more I was about to say some curse word, more or less make sure like they're good, why wouldn't I make sure you're okay?
Yes, that's true.
So if that's the case, everything that's going on, if God can do that for a plant, He could do the same thing for us.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, if I have a bad thing in my head or in my heart and I act on that, God is supposed to know what I'm about to do before I do it.
Okay.
Okay? So He has the power to forgive us all for everything we ever done.
Yes. I totally agree with that.
At the end of the day, also, when He talked to
there we go.
When he talked to the devil, He said, where have you been? He said, roaming back and forth on the earth. God admitted that the earth is for the devil. That's the playground for the moment.
Okay.
So my problem is with other Christians, they don't agree with the things I've done or the things they think I've done, but they judge me based on what they hear.
We're not here to judge you. The only one who can judge you is God, first
My
of all.
point.
People will try to judge you. They're only human too, just like you are.
But exactly.
And I mean, I have a hard time dealing with that too, but that's the reality, is they're just human.
Exactly.
And they may not be as mature in their faith as you are.
Exactly.
And I've had to learn to deal with that also.
But what gets me really angry is that when people try to tell me, well, God says this, God says that. You know what God said about the Bible? And I mean, I think He said it about the Bible. I'm not sure if He said it.
I'll let you know. I'll probably.
But more or less, what I think He said about the Bible is, what is the point of? I'm probably saying it really wrong, but I apologize if I do.
It's okay.
What's the point of belief without acts?
Yes, that's in the book of James.
So you can say, "Oh, I'm Christian," but if you don't,
you do it too. If you can sit here and be like, Christian,
if you can sit here,
so crazy.
No, seriously, I swear to God, I read this Bible and I study it. I swear to God, if you tell me, because I believe in the truth, so I'm gonna study every day.
You guys are awesome.
So if you tell me, oh well, God says this, God says that, but you're doing the exact opposite and you're judging me based on whatever the hell you think.
Okay.
How are you gonna sit here and be like you're Christian?
We don't have a lot of time, unfortunately, but
yeah.
The Apostle Paul said it's a very small thing that I would be judged of man or a man's judgment. I don't even judge my own self, but He that judges me is the Lord. Once you get that, you don't give it anybody thinks. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
You know how many disrespect to my mother for saying that your son's this, your son's that.
I respect you for doing what you did. And you know, I mean, it's bad what happened, but maybe I would have done the same thing.
I mean,
a lot of people would have done the same thing.
No,
but you did it because you love your mom. You did it out of love.
You know, when you read the Bible,
his mom created him.
Listen, honestly, if
you respected them, it says to respect your parents.
It sounds really messed up, right? Let's be honest. Let's just say, it sounds fucked up, but listen to me. Let's just say, throw the Bible out of the picture for a second. Right?
Right.
God knows what's in your heart and what's in your mind.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know who He is without the Bible.
You're right. So. You're right. But let's just say this. At the end of the day, Do you know whether if you believe in somebody that created you higher than your parents or whatever, if somebody threatens your mother, somebody touches your mother, as a man, you're raised a certain way. God willing that you had a good parent, father figure, whatever. Common sense says, somebody touches my mom, I'm knocking the fuck out. If it's disrespectful.
Okay, so
common sense.
Just to bring some understanding here, if my pastor had somebody hit somebody in the church, they're faced with a dilemma that's never happened before. They don't know what to do. So they might suspend you for a couple days. And then they say, wait a second, let's invite him back. He needs to be in church. And so maybe they did something wrong.
Right, but could you
maybe
imagine your mom getting punched in church and then you sitting there and be like, that's okay?
I understand your position
God
totally.
Forgive you, that's
and
okay.
I would have probably done the same thing because I have anger issues.
Me too.
So a lot of us, if you're passionate, you're passionate, you're obviously passionate, so you have anger issues. But your pastor probably didn't know what to do, and can you forgive him? For
no, I really
right
do.
decision, wrong decision. Maybe that church wasn't perfect.
That's what it all is. It's all in forgiving.
First of all, Jesus said you err not knowing the scriptures of the power of God. But once you really get to know the scriptures, you're going to know more than people all around you. And I've seen cults, and I've seen all kinds of crazy things. Where are you guys going? Are they looking for you guys? Another thing I was going to say is you have great questions. You need a great church. You need a great pastor. I'll give you a number, and you can call one of my pastors, and they're awesome. They're not perfect. No one's perfect. You know, you could get upset at them too.
Because I don't have a car, so I don't.
I'll drive you. You guys all live here?
She said she will drive you.
We all live
here. You're like really important to God. I mean, I can tell. Like, you can tell when somebody has God in their life. Okay. I can give you guys each one of these.
Okay.
It's a little bit bent up, but
it don't matter.
Okay.
What's the number?
All that matters is the word inside.
Your number, so I can call you for the ride.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Jordan, Joseph. Oh shoot, I forgot the girl's name. Oh, Melissa. Was it Melissa? That was just so unexpected. I did not know. I mean, when you look at those beautiful people, do you see Christians? No, I didn't know. And they all three knew the Bible. What was that? Oh my gosh. This is the kind of stuff God does in my Ubermobile. And like, I know when something like that happens, I'll never be the same. It's like God just showed up. And I mean, I might not be able to answer my questions, but he can call my church, and one of my pastors can. And people do this all the time too. They'll say like I gotta drive. They'll say like one incident that just has stuck with them, that hurt them, and it has to do with the church. And like, we all have to get over this church stuff, because churches, oh my God, I've been so hurt by churches. They're just people. They do ridiculous things. They do stupid things, just like anybody. And we have to realize that the people in the church and the things that they're doing that are stupid, I'm guilty of also. Okay, nobody is free. Whoever has offended the law at one point is guilty of all. We're all sinners. I've hurt people. I probably just don't realize it. I can't judge somebody by saying, you know, you did this wrong. I have to learn how to let go and choose love. As Christians, we are so guilty of judging people. You know, it's a really big thing. Yeah, I had to learn that, okay, now here's the thing too. I don't have to judge. I don't have to. I don't have to say, oh, you're swearing in my car, shame on you. No, I don't have to judge. That's for God. You know, if you want to go around saying the F word, I can ask you not to, because I'm trying to do a video and I'd like people in my church to see it. We've all heard it. We all live on this earth. We're all part of the same filthy flesh that we're stuck with until Jesus comes back and gets us, you know. Nobody is innocent. Nobody is completely pure. There is none that doeth righteousness. There is none that seeketh God, the Bible says. So I don't have to judge people. All I have to do, if I choose to, my assignment, should I choose to accept it, is to love people. And I do choose that because I want to please my Father in heaven. Oh my gosh, that was just awesome. All right.